Did you know that you can choose peace? That peace is a gift that you can accept? Hi there, I'm Dr. Carol, and we're talking about strategies to make it through this season with less stress, less fear, less anxiety. We're in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, and all of our lives have been disrupted. It's real, it's dangerous, but you and I have a choice about how we manage our own hearts, our own lives, our own attention. We're talking about some practical things that you and I can do, some strategies to help get through this season. And the strategy I want to talk with you about today is choose peace. Now that may seem a little counterintuitive, a little impossible in the midst of all the craziness going on. Government shutdowns, maybe layoffs, kids home from school, big trouble around us. Mandatory shutdown of commerce and ability to connect with others face to face and things like that. But you and I really can choose peace. Now, peace is not ignoring reality. And I want to start there. Peace does not mean that you deny the reality of the COVID-19 pandemic or its impact on your family's finances or however it's impacting you. Peace is something supernatural on the inside of you, even in the midst of trouble. There were 3 painters that were tasked with painting a picture of peace. You may have heard this story, and I'm sure my words are going to be a little different than it first was written down. I don't know where it first came from. But the first painter depicted a beautiful sunlit meadow in the mountains. Beautiful colors, flowers, spring morning, clear sky, beautiful peace. The second painted a riverbed, just gorgeous. The birds and the flowers there and the calm water, beautiful. The third painter painted a storm. The trees were being whipped by the wind. It was clear from the painting that it was torrential rain. The branches were being blown about. And on the branch of the tree, a bird's nest and a mother bird sitting on the nest. Peace. That is the kind of experience you and I can have right in the midst of our circumstances right now. That's where it comes, peace in the midst of the storm. Remember Jesus on the boat in the Sea of Galilee? The disciples were afraid for their lives, and they looked around for Jesus, and he is asleep in the back of the boat. Can you imagine sleeping in a storm so bad that well-experienced fishermen were afraid for their lives? Jesus had that much peace in his soul. That did not stop the very real problems that he and others faced. Jesus experienced times of deep distress, especially before going to the cross. But to have something in your soul like that. And it was just before Jesus went to the cross that he talked about peace. In what's called the Upper Room Discourse, after the Last Supper, and just as they were getting ready to go to the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus would be arrested and then taken to the cross, Jesus talks to his disciples. Basically his last words before the cross. And in that passage, he talks about peace. One of my favorite scriptures of all is John 16:33. I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. Another passage from that same discourse is John 14:27. And this is about the gift of peace. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. Don't let your heart be troubled. Jesus is just about to die, and all the disciples are going to feel abandoned. At that point, they don't know what the future is going to hold, and Jesus said, don't let your heart be troubled. I believe that's what he would say to you and me right now. Not to ignore reality, not to deny the risks, or not to take precautions. And over the last few days, we've talked about some specific things to do, but don't let your heart be troubled. That is a supernatural peace. And that is what I pray for you right now. I pray that the supernatural gift of peace from Jesus minister to your heart right now. And I would encourage you to ask him for that when you feel troubled. We'll talk again tomorrow. And until then, may God bless you.